Eric Barnett of Wisconsin. Barnett in the white singlet, ranked 7th in the country. And Brandon Courtney of Arizona State. This is Courtney's first action this season. He's been out with injury. Looking forward to this matchup, Jim. They met in the 2021 NCAAs. It was 9-7 Courtney.
Yeah, I would probably expect a little bit less of a scoring match there, but for this one here. But you know, who knows? I like what I see from both guys there. Courtney getting in on a shot right there, single leg switches to a double, and you got a chest wrap going on by Barnett. He's good in this position, but notice how he takes that little stutter step there, is stepping around, gets the legs out, but in the roll through here, Courtney's already been given the 2-point takedown here, and Barnett has come back and getting a great position for a reversal. So I may have misspoken as far as the fireworks go. We might see another 9-7 match or even more.
And there's a reversal from Barnett, 2-2, just 55 seconds in. Courtney in his 6th year out of Goodyear, Arizona. And here's another look at that reversal from Barnett.
Really close takedown there for Courtney, and then the reversal comes out the back door, scoops up that bottom leg, and little mat there. That could have been trouble there for Courtney. Now this will be the challenge of the match here for Courtney. What can he do in the bottom position? You know, Barnett's been able to get early takedowns in the matches so far, and then been dominant in the top position, getting a lot of turns and mounting a ton of riding time.
Barnett, a 2-time All-American for Chris Bono with the Badgers, was 7th in 2022 as a 6th seed and was 8th in 2021. You mentioned it, Jim. Eric Barnett in this top position, as good as anybody in the country, minus Spencer Lee, I would say, at this weight class.
Yeah, you know, Patrick McKee would be another one I'd put in that category. Really tough in the top position, and from Minnesota here, the All-American. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he's really improved, and this is going to be a struggle here for Courtney. I mean, Courtney is kind of a little more of a natural 25-pounder. Doesn't cut as much weight. You can see this, maybe a little bit of size difference between the two, and then when you can be a hammer on top, stopping that first move, getting that leg in. Courtney was able to get to his feet, but this is not your just average rider here, guy on top. He's just knows every position, knows how to knock you off your balance, little bumps here, get you off your game plan here. Courtney doing everything he can just to keep his base.
Barnett with the claw ride. Now he sneaks in the legs. Riding time approaching 1 minute. 55 seconds left in this first period. Courtney working up, trying to shake off the Badger.
Doing a good job getting into the front headlock position there. They're going to count that as an advantage position for Barnett.
So Barnett continuing to build riding time.
And what you don't want to do is go off the mat and find yourself in a position.
Look
now
at
there's
this.
back points potentially. Now they go off the mat, and I don't think they're good. I never saw the official provide a swipe right there, even though it was clear that Courtney was on his back. I don't know if he would have gotten 2 anyway, but at least would have had 1. Kind of surprised everybody there. So now they're going to have a discussion about it. Here, Chris Bono out, wanting to know why he didn't necessarily get back points.
Having a conversation with Kevin Linich, who is the lead official in this 125-pound final. Kent Sesker is your second official. While they discuss things, we will flip over to a women's final. That's a 6-0 lead. Of course, on the women's side of things, freestyle rules. The 2 3-minute periods. Takedowns are still 2. There's a step out in freestyle wrestling. 4-point move, feet to back, a reversal's worth 1. And all these matches can be watched individually on Big Ten Plus. Here you get a look at the 4 mats here inside Now Arena. We'll go with a couple of championship finals, and Eric Barnett gave up that first takedown, gets a reversal, and rides the Sun Devil for 151, closes that period on top. And Jim, we have a quota. It's got to be said 15 times a broadcast. Finish periods on top.
If you're going to win, that's what you have to do. It's not necessarily the only indicator, but it's certainly a path. You know, it can make things more difficult for you later on in the match if you don't do that. But, you know, this is a critical situation for Barnett to be able to get the reversal and you know, amass a lot of riding time in the process. And now he's in the bottom position with the quick escape and the elevator. That's just really well done right there. Now Courtney,
shot.
Take a look at Courtney. It's really on him right now at this stage here. He's got to be able to ride in the top position because, you know, thinking about that third period. So going out and getting aggressive on the feet is really what it has to happen here for him to get the match tempo back in his favor.
Brandon Courtney, a three-time Pac-12 champion. Barnett made the Big Ten final last March in Lincoln, fell to eventual national champion Nick Soriano. Courtney's in an interesting situation at Arizona State. This is his first action this season. They have Richie Figueroa, who's currently ranked 5th in the country. He's a redshirt freshman who's 10-0 and won the Cliff Keen Invitational. So Arizona State with decisions to be made at 125 pounds.
Yeah, tough decisions here because I really like, you know, what Courtney brings there. Small, just maybe a little bit undersized for the weight, and maybe growing into it. Yeah, I just see a little bit of difference in size, but not a difference in poise, quickness, technique. Again, this is a critical situation here. 50 seconds left this match for Courtney. I think Barnett senses it now. You don't see him really necessarily looking for his shot. A little bit high in his stance, and how Courtney was able to go ahead and get that first technique was to be able to go ahead and hit a single leg to the left and switch off to a double real quick. Head in the middle.
Half a minute here in the second period. Here's a shot from Courtney.
That's that single leg position. He's pretty effective. He's trying to create some hip separation, get away from that lock. All right, scoop the leg up, switch off to a double. Now you see the flexibility
from Barnett.
Exactly. And so can he knock him down to his hip and do a little bit better? Maybe limp that right arm out.
Final seconds.
Did a pretty good job of fighting off of that. So that won't be the last time we see that position.
1 point match. Barnett's got that riding time at 146. Will be neutral.
Gives him the escape. So not going to mess around with even trying to cut the riding time. Knows he needs to win this thing. He needs to be effective on his feet. Wants to get going on it right away.
I just think the choice was Courtney, and he chose neutral, so 3-2. No escape given.
No, that's correct. Excuse me. Yep. So here we are. I still think it's the right call for him to stay up on his feet there and not go down.
Courtney mentioned, made that final in 2021, fell to Spencer Lee of Iowa last year. Went into the tournament as a 4th seed and finished 6th. Two-time All-American for Zeke Jones. 125-pound Midlands Championship final. Barnett and Courtney.
A little misdirection there. Tried to get, fake to the lead leg. Now he gets right back on that leg. And boy, you see how aggressive that Barnett is in that roll through. He's got the advantage, got a little bit of elevation now. Look for him to be able to. Got to work on this grip right here. He's got the leg in and collects the 2. That's one more way of beating that. See that right elbow that Courtney has there, locking onto that leg. Well, once that Barnett was able to slide the opposite leg in there, that was points were given.
A lot of pressure on top. Riding time over 2 minutes. Barnett's lone loss this season came to Kyson Tarakina of Iowa State. It was a 9-7 loss and sudden victory, and the Badgers lost to Cyclones in a duel. But Barnett's been really impressive.
I think we're going off the memory. It looked like Tarakina got in that match, was able to get a bunch of quick takedowns early, and so you never really. The winning percentage probably of Barnett goes way up when he gets that first takedown. You know, we've seen that all tournament. Even though he lost the first one here, he was able to get the quick reversal. But if he can spend a lot of the first period in the top position, he's going to be tough to beat for anybody. And he's our Midlands champion.
Out of Hortonville, Wisconsin, Eric Barnett, your Midlands champion at 125 pounds, an impressive run to the top of the podium.
Like to see that. See that mouth closed, Shane?
Yeah, he looks very calm. Exactly. 149-pound championship match. Ranked 5th in the country, Kyle Parco of Arizona State, the #1 seed. He'll wrestle the number 2 seed, ranked 7th in the nation, Yahya Thomas of Northwestern. And these are two guys, Jim, that can bring some heat and speed.
Speed, no question about that. One operates a little bit more in vectors like, Yahya Thomas is going to hit you from straight on. And Parco is poised, misdirection, kind of get you guessing out there. One of those matchups, Shane, I mean, there's a lot of good finals matchups here. We've already seen a few of them, so particularly at 133, but this is one I was really looking forward to.
Parco this season made the CKLV final, fell to Sammy Sasso 6-2 of Ohio State's. And Yahya Thomas was 3rd at the Cliff Keen, and that's a quick match there on the right. They actually wrestled?
Yeah, they did. They had a quick fall over there, I believe. I missed it too, to be honest with you, Shane. Here, we're going to get a replay of it.
Here's another look.
You mentioned earlier, Shane, things can happen quick here in freestyle wrestling, but there's just near side cradle here. You don't get really the benefit of the doubt. It's touch fall here in this world here of freestyle wrestling, and that was certainly it. That's a fall by anybody's measure. Another Midlands champion.
Kyle Parco out of Danville, California. Won a state championship at DeSale High School as a senior, then went to Fresno State. In 2021 for Fresno State, he was 6th at the national tournament last year, finished 8th after winning a Pac-12 championship for the Sun Devils. No score, 120 in this first period. I was kind of hoping these guys, Jim, came out and really opened up and let it fly a little bit, because these guys, highly entertaining when they pick up the
yeah, I agree,
action.
Shane. But here's the thing, in my opinion, Parco's kind of playing with fire a little bit right now and standing like straight in front of he needs more lateral motion. You just don't want to stay right in front of Yahya Thomas. He'll freaking blow you over. That really great. Drops his level, will come right at you. And I think what I like about Yahya Thomas so much is that right there, you see how his head position is really solid. Great defense there by Parco.
Good action.
See that lateral, but moving his feet left and right. Probably stepped about 7 or 8 times right there to get a better angle. But he's flirting with a little bit of, he's going right into the den, so to speak, and battling Yahya Thomas there just straight on. Staying in front of him. He's
short
confident.
time in this first period. Thomas in 2021, a 25 seed, finished 3rd. Last year, a 19 seed. After a loss, won 3 straight, fell in the blood round. Lost to the number 2 seed, Tariq Wilson of NC State.
Yeah, there's that sequence there, but look how fast those feet are right there. Moving off to the corner, and you see how he's doing it? He kept his balance all the way through the sprawl right here. It wasn't just one and done right there, but look at his feet move. Look at his feet move. Look at his feet move. It's good. These guys
after 3 minutes.
Are good.
Yeah, this is a lot of good action. Speed kills. Both these guys can throw a fastball at 100 miles an hour. Quick escape, critical for Parco. The Sun Devil leads it 1-0. Yahya Thomas out of Chicago, Illinois, wrestled at Mount Carmel High School.
This kind of action fascinates me here with who's going to get the little edge on the other. Where's conditioning going to play a factor?
2-on-1 there from Parco.
And as we've seen, just because you get to a leg doesn't mean you have an automatic finish.
Underhook from Yahya there on the left side.
Pretty solid.
With the collar tie.
Yeah, he's pretty solid with this. Looking for him to jack it up. But the great equalizer is the footwork of Parco. Holding position. Doesn't really feel threatened.
Here from Yahya Thomas.
Yep. Gets the leg up. Notice how the Parco's attacking that inside arm on the grip. So he's looking really closely for the grip there. Great job, guys, giving us a good angle there of that shot. You can see the lock that Yahya Thomas, I think he has the outside arm over the top. The outside palm is over the top, but he split it. He's doing a great job of keeping it. Now he's got that leg right where he wants it. He gets to the dump and drives through and gets to that far ankle.
Parco trying to roll him through.
And I think he's going to...
No points.
But he's going to go with the go behind. Now he's got to go ahead and lift it. Short time.
15 seconds.
Needs a mat return, Shane. And
another roll from Parco. Great defense.
But he gets it.
Yahya stays tight and leads it 2-1. A takedown inside of 10 seconds.
That was so well done. Both wrestlers there. See this battle here now for the on the control. Pops his hips in and the roll through standing. Granby comes back low. You don't want to get up high in that action right there. You want to stay below the waist, and Yahya Thomas does it. Yeah, right here you can see the action roll through. Yahya Thomas clearly doesn't have control. Almost catches him on his back right here. Almost neutral dangerous position. But, you know, first takedown, you got to go with the go behind. It'll be the easiest way to do it. Now he goes in.
Guys just don't stop.
Yeah, but then again, settling back down below the waist to get the points. That's what I was excited about.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen these two guys last couple of years. I mean, they are dynamic.
Yeah.
They open up. It's dynamic wrestling. Looks like blood on Parco. Parco got his first tattoo the day of his 18th birthday. Went to wrestling practice that night. He says, I wouldn't recommend it, but meaningful tattoo that he's got on his chest. It says 1968. His father passed away in December of 2021. Honoring his dad with one of 20 tattoos. Here's Parco with some offense. He takes a shot.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a wide range of offense here from Parco. He's not, just like you said earlier, he's not wasting any time at all getting after it here. Now a lateral drop there attempt by Yahya Thomas. There are weight on the hands, and Angel Rivera is going to award the 2 points. So that's just forcing the action. Look at this, okay? Forces him into a throw, settles back, comes back. See the weight on the left hand right there? That's points.
So they're saying a takedown for Parco.
Yes, 3-3. Again, not wasting any time, not waiting for that last 30 seconds, really forcing the action. Be a fun minute 34. I don't know how much scoring there's going to be, but there's going to be an escape here likely, and Parco's going to go after him and chase him hard.
Optional start gives the escape. So 1 point match, the Wildcat up 4-3. Minute and a half remaining here in this third period.
Don't expect Thomas to go ahead and come with an upper body throw right here, but looking exclusively lower body. But you know, Parco's doing a great job of measuring that shot and then automatically getting his feet moving, getting over to a corner. Both guys breathing well. You got to be in great shape to breathe that hard. That's my new. You know.
I like how Parco just stalks. I mean, he's
coming in.
He is on him.
He's on him, but really, to be honest with you, Yahya's taking the shots. He's coming in there and getting in.
Well, Yahya's got to be careful here because he's going to hit for stalling pretty soon.
But no, Shane, Yahya's shooting here, right? He's making an effort. I don't think that they're really looking at him for that unless you get the push-out situation, in my opinion. Both guys this is just good wrestling. There's no reason for an official to get involved here, in my opinion, unless it slows down. See, there's another attempt there by, he's just not getting it.
Double unders from Parco.
Thomas has got to be careful, but notice that the foot sweep action driven off the mat. Saw where Storniolo would like to have a stalling call there, but you know, just let these guys go. I think they're going to figure it out. It's going to be exciting regardless.
35 seconds.
Another shot there by Thomas. And Parco's really trying to push forward here to get a reaction out of Thomas and get the better angle. There, better angle on a shot.
Good whizzer there from Thomas.
He's got a bear hug and he's going to take him straight back. Good job. Oh, they stopped it. I don't understand that one. But
Zeke Jones is at the head table.
I think Zeke.
Here's another look.
Yeah, look at the left foot. Look at the left foot. It went out.
Okay.
It was a great call. Great call.
Angel Rivera, lead official.
the right call, great call, and he knew what he was looking for right there. You know, and I don't know if really making that, you know, you may have, to give the coach the benefit of the doubt here, he was over on the other corner. He may not, if he was in this corner where the action occurred, he may have not have made that protest call, because I think this may be helping Thomas a little bit.
I think so too. Absolutely. See Frank Molinaro, national champ for Penn State, now a coach at ASU along with Zeke Jones. Joe Colon and Matt Storniolo in the corner for the Wildcat, Yahya Thomas.
In 15 seconds, 16 seconds left in the match. No stall warning here at this point, so maybe guys are getting coached up to, you know, hey, there's no reason to go ahead and stay in their battle. You might want to, you know, dance around a little bit, but because it hasn't been called to this point. And you know one thing, Parco's coming forward here to create the action. He got that bear hug there.
I mean, 149 is such a loaded weight class. Bunch of hammers. Going to be fun to watch. It's already been excited in the first couple months. God only knows how this thing shakes out. This match didn't let me down at all, right? Athletic ability, quickness. It's my favorite cliche in sports. Speed never slumps. I mean, when you have that in the back pocket, I'm surprised it's taking this long to.
They see the camera angle's not great.
Maybe the decision.
No, I guess, you know, I think I saw a pretty decent camera angle on that.
Yep. Out of bounds. It's the right call.
That's the right call. Great call. Great call.
Here we go, Jim. Put the seatbelt on for 15 seconds. Quick attack off the whistle from Parco.
And right now you got to ding him, right? And he has been dinged, right? To go off the mat. You may have to call him one more time if you keep that activity level up. Nice job of circling back in. Yeah.
This one lived up to the hype. Yahya Thomas of Northwestern, 4-3 over the #1 seed, Kyle Parco of Arizona State.
Well, whoever won this match was going to have to wrestle real well, and Yahya Thomas pulls it out there at the end. So close. Great match. Tip my cap to both guys on that one.
And the official.
And the
Angel
official.
Rivera, he was on top of that call.
Everybody was good on that one.
And here's that scramble, won by Yahya Thomas. That was the difference.
Yeah, I understand.
And you know, early in the match where he was the one taking the, you know, lowering his level, getting to the leg. May not have scored every time, but that certainly tried to maintain the match in the middle, to keep himself in the middle. Big smile by Yahya. Big flex.
Little flex. Wrestling Trevor Chumbley of Northwestern, the #3 seed. There you see Chumbley out of St. Charles, Illinois. Two-time state champion at Marming Academy. Last season, Jim wrestled at 149. He was behind Yahya Thomas, just 6-4. But it's clear to see he's made some big-time gains. He's had a really good tournament.
Yeah, he's really, you know, last year you've behind the national champion, he could really move up to 57 and work it there. So, you know, guy that's making his way into the lineup here probably for the first time and having some positive experience here in the Midlands. And Schrenbrock, unseated basically, right?
Yeah,
his weight class. Yeah, so.
He's behind Garrett Model, the #2 seed, who Chumbley beat 6-1 in the semifinals earlier today. Wisconsin had 2 in the semis. Could have been an all-Wisconsin final. Of course, didn't play out that way. If you want to focus on just one of these mats, go to Big10Plus.com. There's a gut wrench, and this is what I'm talking about in freestyle. 4-0. Viniak looking for more.
That's her 6th point in the match. There, Alexis Janiak, 2 gut wrenches as she's staying with it, and the reversal there by Sterner. She gets 1 point for that. She works back into an ankle lace. We'll see how that works for her.
Schrenbrock and Chumbley met back in November of 2021 at the Michigan State Open. 12-0 Chumbley as the Wildcat in on the legs of the Badger.
Notice how he's, trying to create a little separation there with his hips before he makes the turn, okay? Now he's going to reach back, has the collar tied up, but again, you're constantly trying to get a little bit more space. That's a lock there that Schrenbrock has around the waist. And you're constantly moving your ankles back, turning back in, got ankle trapped, and that's going to go ahead, be a nice finish there for Chumbley to get the first takedown of the match.
Schrenbrock in the semifinals beat the number 8 seed Andrew Clark of Rutgers 3-2, and that was a crazy match. It was an illegal move by Clark late in the period that kind of turned that match around from a momentum standpoint.
Yeah, he put an over scissors on on the leg, and the referee caught it right away with 6 seconds left, and it ended up being the big factor in a tight match. Trevor Chumbley is quietly working his way to takedown. He's been effective. He hasn't been real flashy, but you take a look at those scores. Oh, beautiful throw there by Sterner. Left-handed headlock, and this is tight.
7-1, Jim.
Yes, left-handed headlock right there, and she's going to get the fall. The referee went to it quickly.
And now it's confirmed. Sarah Sterner of North Central down 7-1 and gets the fall. She's your Midlands champ. Big smile.
Take a look at this left-handed headlock right there. Settles back, and that was quick. You just never know.
Chumbley gets the takedown and rides Schrenbrock remainder of the period. Now Chumbley starts period on bottom.
Beautiful little roll through there on the standing Granby. It's like I said, if you try to mat return a guy and don't have total control right there on him, that's a great move to hit.
An escape makes it 3-0. Chumbley keeps that riding time over a minute as well. On a single leg. Chumbley's ranked 14th in the country. Northwestern, Jim, too, solid team. I mean, DiAgostino at 25. Cannon at 33. Yahya at 49. Chumbley here at 57.
Davison's
at 97. And heavyweight, we'll see Lucas Davison in the final. At heavyweight, a little bit later on. Here's Schrenbrock's opportunity. Yep, but caught underneath, crunched underneath the hips. Getting extended. You see Chumbley pushing off on the legs. Not a fun place to be if you are Schrenbrock, and there's the stalemate whistle with 52 seconds left in this period.
You know, I'd say that Chumbley goes on to win this championship here. You'd have to say that you put him in the class of maybe being the most basic guy that's out there winning a championship, but, you know, this is all good wrestling on his part. You saw the standing, nothing really flashy about him, but, you know, he gets in, he can score. He rides really well. And you saw him with that standing Granby, and you say, you know, this guy's got a little bit more than what you maybe at first glance you see.
And last year in that Northwestern room with Yahya Thomas at 149, and by the way, Ryan Deacon at 157. So he's probably gotten a lot better in that room with those partners.
Yeah, he's taken on some of the best shots in the country. Now nice. Follows up with an ankle pick.
5-0, second takedown of the match, one in each period. And this one comes inside of 15 seconds. Those are
and this is the
back breakers.
When you get in a room with guys like that, I mean, you're not going to get taken down with a lot of straight-on shots at 157 because you've been working out with Yahya. And then you're not going to get out-horsed by anybody that's any stronger than Ryan Deacon in the weight class, so you probably spend a lot of time in the down position. So you walk into this in your, sophomore year, you're not intimidated by anybody. Just looks like the type of guy that would go with anybody in the practice room. Let's go.
Trevor, working for a major here, working for a major.
Minute and a half in this third period. Schrenbrock out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, with a couple of state titles.
Hands and feet moving, don't hang, don't hang. There you go.
Nice job of coming back out and putting the heavy head pressure on there, getting Schrenbrock to move a little bit. See if it opens up any offense.
1 minute, Trevor, let's get one.
Like where his vision is. He was looking at that leg. You see that vision that he had. He was looking down at the leg. Was thinking about his defense right there.
Good quick finish there from Chumbley.
What I liked is just a little glimpse of him right there. And you take a look at his vision. He wasn't 6-0 lead basically with riding time. And what was he doing? He was looking at that left leg and he circled, dropped right back into it, thinking offense the whole time. Settling back. On that roll through, you just don't want to ride too high because that's where that rolling works a little bit better. Covering the hips, finding the inside wrist, the elbow flows to the outside.
A lot of pressure in that top position. Chumbley takes riding time over 2 minutes, keeps that right foot inside the circle.
You like that, don't you?
I just like the little things,
Yeah.
just little things.
Why have a new start when you can do that?
Yeah, exactly. Stay in that advantageous position, and Trevor Chumbley, few takedowns and over 2 minutes of riding time. He's your Midlands champion.
Let's take a look at some of the action in this match and see our 57-pound Midlands champion here. Here's the first one where he comes out the back door, all right, and keeps his laces flat at this stage right now, and then does enough to keep, see how he steps and slides across, creates a little hip separation at this point. Schrenbrock in trouble, reaches to the collar. Again, looking to make the turn and creating separation along the way, get away from the man's chest. And then the last one here, the second one here is just basically a front headlock position, coming to the ankle pick. And you see how high he got that ankle picked? He raised it about 2.5 feet off the ground and drove into him.
That was
well
nice.
done. Yeah. I am.
165 pounds. The top two seeds, DJ Hamiti of Wisconsin, Quincy Monday from Princeton. Monday, a national finalist in March. Down at 157, fell to Ryan Deacon. And you talk to Kenny Monday and give us the word on Quincy at 165.
He's at 165 to stay. So he feels like this is his best opportunity to feel good out there, and that's what he wants to do. And so you've got another guy who's going to stay at this weight class. It's going to be, this weight class just got a little tougher.
And it needed that because you look at 165, I mean, just not a whole lot there.
Yeah.
LOL. I mean, that weight class.
A lot of journeymen
national
there.
champions, national finalists, exactly. But what a weight class, 165. Of course, the reigning champion, Keegan O'Toole of Missouri. But Hamiti and Monday here at 165. Hamiti, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Nice single leg attempt there, and good job by Monday. He's coming to a near arm far leg, so he's been able to get to the leg a couple of times. Hamiti's a different animal when it comes to trying to finish on him. All that range, good whizzer. And we know that Quincy Monday is quick, okay? But here to tell you, I was out there watching Hamiti drill, and he is deceptively quick. And so we talked about quickness that we saw at 149. These two guys are the equivalent of that as well. Straight on double leg.
Into the hips.
Measured pretty well by Hamiti. And this is what he wants to do, is he wants to make Monday work in this position. Think about, does he have the ability to go ahead and drive through, get to the corner?
Last season, during that outstanding campaign for Hamiti, was third at the Big Tens, sixth at the national tournament as a 4 seed.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you know, Quincy has taken a few good shots right there. I think at this stage in there where he's got in and got stopped, he's got to go back to his shot fakes a little bit, and he'll kind of watch his right knee a little bit. It's right there, a little fake shot right there. Expect him to do that quite a bit here to get Hamiti off balance and maybe using Hamiti's own quickness against him.
Another shot there from Monday.
But measured well by Hamiti. Now Monday improving his position. This takes a little bit of energy to stay in position. See the wrist tied up here. Now Hamiti in a little bit better position. That range that he has, that reach that he has makes him dangerous on his defense. And certainly
pressure on the head.
Yep, front quarter Nelson. Now Monday up to his feet with a single leg. Now if he can come back out, he comes back and gets to the 2 legs. Now on the hips, but all that range that Hamiti has, able to get up to his feet. Really impressive, both guys.
40 seconds left here in this first period. Hamiti from Joliet, Illinois. 3-time state champion from Joliet Catholic Academy. Didn't win 4 because the Illinois State Tournament was canceled in 2021.
See how that arm around the back is getting higher and higher, so that allows Hamiti to free his hips up. Take a look here at the women's match. It looks like a fall in there with
confirmed cradle for a fall. Final seconds in this first period.
That was a good period by both guys. I think, you know, the attacks certainly favored Quincy Monday, but he's not worse. He's good shape right there, not breathing hard at all.
I was impressed when he was flat on his shoelaces and was able to work all the way up.
Work all the way up to his feet and actually got to one leg, but then Hamiti has been pretty impressive with his defense. So most of the time, Quincy finishes those techniques right there. Now coming up into that same position, right? This is just going to be a mat return, but it's a great time for Hamiti to think about something big. The risk reward is all in his favor right now. If I hit something big here, really force the action, and all you give up is a mat return, it's a good time for that. So wasn't there. Monday gives the escape. Quick escape by Hamiti really kind of favors him if he can, you know, stay in the top position, which is one of his advantage positions in this match.
Yeah, that's big for him. Just 17 seconds of riding time. Perhaps could have escaped maybe a little bit earlier. Had to be careful in that position with Monday, but still a quick escape for Hamiti.
No, Hamiti snaps Monday into a shot that he may not have wanted to take. They're really stuffing his head hard. He's going to have to impress you again here, Shane, to keep in a good position. Now as they roll through, Hamiti taking Monday in a little bit deeper water. I like what he's doing there. Now he's locked around the crotch there. Monday coming out the back door. Can he keep his ankles freed enough to finish it? Can he clear he looks like he's got the right leg cleared here to be able to scoop up on the bottom leg. All right, scoops up on the bottom leg. Is he going to try to work to get to a danger position? Now he's going to try to clear out. Can he clear out that left arm? Looks like it's going to be tough for him to do, but you want to pop your hips in and make this really hard on your opponent. That's the right leg. Can he get his hips popped up? Maybe it's just really contrary. No points yet. Can he push his head clear?
In that situation, Jim, if you're Monday, do you want to
now you want to push that leg away. You're exactly right. Can he push it away?
And he gets the takedown.
Yes. Did enough to clear his head. Now a little discussion between the officials, and they're not going to go back and take a look at this at all. So really impressive by Monday there, you know, because he was getting knocked around. He got snapped into that shot there, and we go ahead and finish it. Really well done. Coming out the back door, scooping the bottom leg and finding a way just enough to clear his head. That was right at the margin of error right there for the takedown.
And he finishes the period on top, leads it 2-1.
Say this action right here, the better look at it. See, he's got a dilemma here, so I hold on to this leg and I hold my head in, but I've got to push it away. But now once I take my opponent to both of his cheeks here, I'm likely to get the points. So can he push his head there? He brought his head away. We didn't see that in the previous angle there. It'll get his head up and he awarded the points. So now Hamiti, can he get back into this match here in the top position? What can he do? Monday sitting out, hand control. Ready to make that big move. They're hand fighting in there pretty good. Good look at it, guys.
There it is.
Makes the turn.
Hamiti now trying to force his offense. He trails it by 2.
And again, it's too early for Monday to not think about his offense. And this is the point here. He's got the near cradle locked up.
This is where Hamiti's so dangerous.
Yep. And now, beautiful right there. See how he's locking up there by the head? That's so critical if you really want to get a good cradle on a tough guy, because you can really make that grip work against his circulation there. Now he comes back up. 3-3 score. Riding time in favor of Hamiti.
Yeah, just at 15 seconds. So if he would ride him the entire period, the rest of the match, he'd win it on riding time.
Yes.
Good return. And all of a sudden, Jim, now he's
the match
at
changes.
40 seconds.
Yep. Again, in favor of, doesn't have the point yet, but it's moving in his favor.
Half a minute remaining.
Oh, beautiful job
by Monday.
Well, Monday has the advantage with the 4-3 score. Impressive job of getting out.
And you see where Monday is a little bit. You know, he's at the edge. Knows exactly where he's at.
He's at the edge. Was at the edge. Now he's at the center. He's circled back in off of this. You can see how his knees are just shuffling back in. Matt Sorchinski, the official here, gives the stalemate call. Good call. Only 6 seconds left, though.
Quick shot off the whistle, but Quincy Monday of Princeton, your Midlands champion at 165 pounds. Good match.
The 2 escapes. Of course, the takedown was huge, too. And that's really does a lot for Mr. Monday on those rankings there, beating a really top shelf 165-pounder in Hamiti. Yep, pops up. Fun match.
Quincy Monday. Let's put something together, and I think it's safe to say, Jim, it's worked. 174 pounds. There you get a look at Edmond Ruth, ranked 10th in the country. He's the #1 seed out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Couple-time state champion at Susquehanna. And he is wrestling Nick Incontrera. Incontrera ranked 22nd in the country, 3rd seed. Ruth 10-4 over Alex Kramer of Central. Was a tournament they ran, and Ruth beat Incontrera 4-3. There you see Alexis Gomez. She's the sister of Wisconsin All-American and Big Ten champion Austin Gomez. Austin now wrestling at this tournament, but here to cheer on his Badger teammates and I'm sure his sister.
And a young lady that has a high skill level, a lot of success, but in a lot of kids tournaments and all that stuff, working for Grandview, which is a new college program that's been added here. All the success that the men have had at the NAIA level with Nick Mitchell, several national championships, and they added the women's program.
No score midway through this first period with Incontrera and Ruth. Incontrera from Flemington, New Jersey, wrestled at Blair Academy. Won a prep national title in 2019. Part of 3 prep national championship teams. Was 17-6 a year ago. Qualified for the NCAAs as a 17 seed. Went 1-2.
Beautiful double there by Alexa Gomez. Just dropped in and scored the points, and it's going to be, yeah, two for Gomez right there. So at least she was on the shot clock when that happened. Actually, the point was given for the shot clock. So good answer by Gomez. Beautiful double leg. You know, Ruth is a guy that likes to, when he gets on his offense, it seems like he gets to a left-handed underhook. It seems like the base of, we've seen some big throws. He likes to bear hug off of that. And right now, Incontrera is just doing a nice job of staying out that, and I think he's keeping his head in good position there on the left-hand side of the body, as it makes it difficult for that underhook of Ruth to be able to curve with Ruth's left arm. So he's baiting him with that little collar tie. He likes to come into it hard, but you see that head position, which has made this kind of a really tactical match at this point. He's just not, Incontrera's not giving it to him, and then he drops in a nice little ankle pick there, getting Ruth off balance. A little battle inside the battle. Nice follow through with the straight single leg switch to a double.
You mentioned the shot clock before, Jim, not to make things too confusing, but in freestyle wrestling, there is a shot clock. If there's not a lot of action going, after a couple warnings, somebody goes on a 30-second shot clock, and if you don't score in 30, it's a point to your opponent. So Incontrera will start this period on bottom. On the right there, you see
Austin Gomez coaching
Austin Gomez, and that's Yahya Gallo. She was an Olympian in Rio in 2016. All three of those people growing up in Illinois.
Well, crab ride breakdown right there for Ruth. He's staying with Incontrera in this situation, so he's got the 2-on-1 ride. Let's see if he goes. Hits that into a side tilt, doesn't really follow through with it. May have lost that. Now he's got the cross wrist ride there, and then Incontrera is able to free his wrist up as they move to the edge.
So riding time already at 30 seconds for Ruth.
Takedown by Boyd there, so she answers it. Now she's coming right into a gut wrench there, so he's going to score 4 points off that exchange. Coming right, possibly right back into it again. So a 5-2 score there for Boyd. Good answering takedown and gut wrench. Score 4.
Bring them back to their feet. Just shook hands with Kenny Monday. Proud dad as he watched Quincy win a title. Here's another look at that sequence.
Right into a go behind, and see how the left hip of Gomez is down, and Boyd's taking advantage of that. Parterre defense and just
loads up with a gut wrench.
Yeah. Into the second period there with 2 minutes left. I mean, I don't know what up on Boyd's credentials here, but that had to be considered a pretty good upset, I believe. And now he's right back into a single leg position there. And they square up and they go off the mat with a push out, and that's a 1 point. Gomez in need of some big points right now in this position.
Kenny Monday, head wrestling coach now at Morgan State.
Yes.
HBCU. Ruth, riding time over a minute.
So the right foot in there trying to keep the time. In case people aren't aware how the HBCU, historically black colleges, Morgan State won. Wonderful that they're adding that program. And they picked Kenny Monday to be their leader.
Incontrera to his feet, but has not had an answer for the top game of Edmond Ruth.
This is, good job by Contreras staying in balance, and that should be 1 point. I think the grip was split. Yeah, they finally awarded it to him. So 121 of riding time for Ruth, 28 seconds left in the second period. So, but he does have lost that left-handed underhook that he likes. So that's big for Incontrera to basically give himself a chance here, not let that riding time slip too far away and get the escape.
I'm excited about this match on the right. 7-5, still over a minute remaining.
And they're going to put Boyd down.
In Parterre, so we'll test her Parterre defense against Alexis Gomez. And Gomez will have about 15 seconds to work on top, and if she can't get a turn, they'll bring both ladies back to their feet. Boyd staying solid on bottom rather. Now Gomez working down towards the ankles. We'll bring it back to their feet. 7-5 match.
Nice work by Incontrera in the top position, and Ruth getting out fairly quickly there, so he preserved the riding time.
1-1 match. Both guys with an escape.
I don't know about you, Shane, but I'm locked onto this match on the right side.
I am too.
I don't know what Boyd's credentials are, and forgive me for not knowing that, but this is good action by her, and I like what she's doing there. She's got the wrist. Yep. So got the wrist tied up there.
Just 15 seconds. Gomez has got to go.
Shot. Fought off pretty well. Underarm
spin,
limped out of it into a double leg. All right, now she's going hard with it to the back.
So there's the takedown.
Jerry, what did you score? I want 2 and 2.
So
yeah,
2 and 2.
Yep.
Takedown for 2, the exposure for 2.
Great job about that underarm spin and come right back into a blast double.
4 points in the final 15 seconds to win it. Alexis Gomez of Grandview.
Scared money?
Don't make money. Well, now we know where Austin Gomez got his toughness. That question's been answered tonight.
It, yeah.
Bet there's some good scraps in that house.
Good job.
There you go, right back into that double leg. That came after an underarm spin and went right for the big move. End it right there. That's tough. Now Ruth has that underhook on the right side, or left side, excuse me, and he comes back into that double, that bear hug that we were talking about before. He loves being in there. He had it just for a second.
Gets the takedown to go up 3-1.
He has the riding time.
Locked up.
1 and 2 ties it. Do everything right. Last 18. Everything right. Tough right, and no top.
Ruth staying with it. And even if he gives up a reversal at this stage, it's not really, mission critical here for him, but good job. He wants to stay in the top position.
Edmond Ruth of Illinois.
How about that job? He had one chance in this match to get the tie-up that he wanted, and he was able to go ahead and follow through and get it. We've seen this a few times in his march to the finals here, where he's able to go ahead and score. Happy young man there, right? Bull rushes there, right there. Gets around and then pops his hips in and puts that right foot back, or left foot back, keeps it on the mat. Again, hard on that left-hand side, bear hug there, and knows where he's at.
You know what was interesting there, Jim? He had the right foot in
and
then switched it in and kept it. At least 1 point inside the cylinder. That was
But you do see the positioning of the.
An all-Big Ten final at 197 pounds. That's the number 2 seed, Zach Braunagel of Illinois, up from 184. And the number 1 seed, Braxton Amos of Wisconsin. Both these guys winning in their semifinal matches by 1 point. Amos 2-1, Braunagel 4-3. Braunagel over Luke Stout of Princeton, and Amos over Luke's brother Max Stout of Pittsburgh. Double box. A couple of Wyoming Seminary wrestlers battling for the title. They're on your right. And Jim, with Amos and Braunagel, these are 2 guys that just seem to be clicking in all cylinders right now.
Yeah, especially, I think, as they go off the mat, I don't think there's any control over there for Amos. We know these Braunagels are tough, but, Braxton Amos was one of those guys last year, had a lot going on in his life. I mean, he shared a couple things with us before this finals match. A lot of things were going on for him, kind of got over his head in classroom work and, coming back, and just didn't have a lot of success. And so everything seemed to be piling up on him after the great performance he had in international styles, both freestyle and Greco.
He said one big thing was the weight management. He really got his weight figured out. Mom was having some health issues. That was weighing heavily on his mind.
I think that was the big one right there. But also, getting, above his probably skill level here academically, to start off with. Not to say he's capable of doing it, but that's he's going through a big shock. And I think it reflected everything that you saw on the mat here with him. This year, we've noticed in these matches here so far, he looks poised. He looks ready to, add to leads. Looking good in the top position. It looks like he's got it going on here for the talent that he has.
En route to this final, a couple of pins along with a tech fall. Just that close one in the semis, 2-1 over Max Stouts. Amos out of Mineral Wells, West Virginia, Parkersburg South High School.
And one thing I could say about Zach Braunagel, this is a guy that's already been through the Big Ten storm, a couple seasons there. He's been there. He's won some good matches, tough matches. He's battled. He's not going to concede anything early. He's weathered. So this would be a good mile marker here for Amos, and a nice win for Braunagel.
Looking for a fall on the right side. Stella Stigler going to settle in, cinch things up, and she gets the fall and the title here at the Midlands. In Braunagel last year, Jim, down at 184, he made the quarterfinals. Fell to Miles Amin, the #1 seed. Lost in the blood round, but he was picking up some steam in a really good Big Ten tournaments.
There you see Stigler catching the last look at the ball there. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he had good tournament going, but that can be a little bit deceptive. You get to the quarterfinals, you're one match away from being an All-American, and all of a sudden, if you lose that next one in the Russelbacks, then you're in the round of 12. I mean, it's just like you got another guy coming net. So
scoreless first period. Yeah, he was a 9 seed, falling just short. He fell in that blood round 3-1 at sudden victory. So close, he could taste it. Now Braunagel will go on bottom here in the second period. And you mentioned Amos, Jim. I mean, this guy, senior world team member in Greco this year in 2022. A couple years ago, junior world championships, won a freestyle world title, and medaled in Greco. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, but this is college wrestling, and it's just, there's another degree to this level of toughness. And 97 was full of studs last year, really well-balanced weight class. So there's no reprieve. First of all, freshman wrestling in that Big Ten conference schedule. Second thing is, there was 15 guys in that weight class that were very similar. Maybe a few at the top of the list, but didn't matter where you went, you were probably finding one of them.
Braunagel with an escape, leads it 1-0. 1:20 remaining here in the second period. Wisconsin and Illinois colliding in this 197-pound Midlands final. Shane Sparks, Jim Gibbons, glad to have you here on Big Ten Plus. Fun day of wrestling here on Big Ten Plus between the Midlands and the Soldier Salute in Iowa.
Good work by Braunagel there, getting that, limiting that, because we've seen where Amos has been really tough in the top position, so a good quick escape. These guys are, this has the feel of one of those matches where it's just, maybe it comes down to the end, just one takedown, 1 inch.
Foot sweep attempt there from Amos.
Yeah, he followed it up with a double underhooks, but you notice how Braunagel was able to hold his position. And he belts him back with a good
collar tie hard.
You had to go through the cheek to get to the collar, that's for sure.
Head and arm here for Amos.
He's got him jacked up there a little bit, and then he...
I told you earlier, Jim, if I were to ever open a bar, these two guys are my first 2 calls to be bouncers. Right here, 1 and 2.
Yeah. Look at that, yeah. So these guys are both Braunagel's are a little bit more hidden. They're in close contact, but that was a one from left field there by Amos. So
third period, Amos goes on bottom.
And Braunagel not necessarily known for his prowess in the top position. He's basically it's all part of wearing a big man down. Amos able to get to his feet. Let's see if he makes a big turn here. So I think if you're as good as Amos is in Greco, you make that turn and you try to look for a head and arm or double overhooks or something like that to be able to go ahead and take advantage of that risk-reward situation.
I think Braunagel was a junior world team member in Greco as well. So he's going to be good upper body. Probably not to the level of Amos, at least not at this stage. Amos underhook on the right side. 1:20 remaining. We're 1-1. Both guys trading escapes. Braunagel from here in Illinois.
There, nice underhook, gets the shot right
Single
there.
leg.
Was on the inside. Now he's kind of coming out, goes to the sweep, and they immediately kind of look for a little bit more real estate to finish this. And can't try to fall out of it. Oh, as they come out, they go off the bounds there. So there's just a little split second there where he looked like he could maybe take him back to the center of the mat, but Amos throwing good balance right there and flexibility. Look at this right here.
Man, look at that flexibility. That is a high single.
See what he tried to do there? He tried to back trip him there with his post leg and come back behind the heel, and that was just enough to get Braunagel off balance. Well done.
If Braunagel doesn't win this match, that's a sequence that he'll be thinking about for a little while. Great opportunity.
Well, he might come back to it here. Remember, he hit that underhook right into a single to the back leg of Amos.
Have not had a sudden victory match in these finals so far tonight. This one 20 seconds away.
Looks like Amos wants to work a little bit more from space, you see. Got the collar tie that he wants circled into it.
And we are going to sudden victory. 2 minutes on the clock. Mentioned Braunagel up from 184. Matt Wroblewski goes from 97 to heavyweight for the Fighting Illini. Luke Luffman redshirting this season. So here we go. Next point wins.
See, I'm really surprised that Braunigel's not working more to his left. That worked right there.
Zach, his twin brother Dan Braunagel on the team, and younger brother Joe. 3 Braunagels in the program under Mike Poeta.
I also like what Amos is doing. He's changing up the lead leg on his stance. Right now he's showing right leg lead. Now left leg lead. Just a little bit different every time, every collision. Whereas Braunigel's more, positioned with the left leg lead, going from that to square.
Both these guys ranked top 15 in the country. Amos ranked 12th. Braunagel ranked 13th.
Braunagel just being like a fire plug right there in the center of the mat. Hard to get him out of position. Now a little more committed shot by Amos. Right there again, comes back to it, but good job of fighting out of it. Does he follow up with the underhook? No. And now's the time in the match, Shane, with both guys perspiring hard. Everything's just a little slicker. And
half a minute left in this sudden victory.
Working off that underhook. That's an advantage position for Braunagel. He wasn't able to do it. Amos bringing that right elbow down hard, getting out of that underhook. Now back into that shot. Here, are we going to go big?
Trying to jack him up with double unders is Amos, and now they separate.
He's tired, Zach. He's tired.
Yeah, double leg shot right there. Fought off pretty well. Advantage there. Up. On the go behind.
So close.
Oh.
Believe time ran out on Amos. So now it is 2 30-second periods wrestled in their entirety. This is not sudden victory. Riding time is cleared. So this is where the riding is really critical. And Amos will go on bottom in the first of the 2 30-second tie-breaking periods.
Yeah, right there. They still score points to score it. Again, the period doesn't stop, as Shane mentioned. Nice little tight race. Coming into that cross wrister, that's huge.
This is big for Braunagel.
Yeah, but here's that. See that cross wrist ride right there? He was able to bait him into that. Bought him 10 seconds of time. Now a good mat return. Front trip. Yes, right there on the edge.
Gonna hang tight and ride Amos for 30 seconds. So now Braunagel will go on bottom. And my guess is Amos, he'll have to try to ride him. I don't think he's gonna try to give him the escape and win it on his feet. I think his best chance here is to try to ride him the entire 30 seconds, return the favor. So here's Braunagel. Again, this is not sudden victory.
Did a good job of covering his ankles out there. Now he goes ahead and battles. Then the referee's got to take a good look and see whether he's any locked hands calls right there. Now a good mat return. Bring your knees up. Braunagel come back up. Now he comes back up in the leg ride. Is he too high?
10 seconds.
Is he too high?
Braunagel trying to shake him off.
Good job by Amos settling back there. Going hard with that lock around the waist.
Man, so Jim, 10 minutes. Not enough to decide this one. So now we got a minute on the clock. This is sudden victory.
Takedown wins it. No stalling calls to this point on either guy.
Both teams looking for their second Midlands champion.
Good work, almost the go behind by Amos. Fought off pretty well by Braunagel. He came right back into that underhook situation that he likes and wasn't able to get the take or get to a leg.
30 seconds.
Fake shot right there. Now dropping into a leg here, but not enough real estate to work with. I like that sequence there by Braunagel, but again, it just all got started towards the edge of the mat. You want to try to do something like that in the middle, but short time, probably neither one is going to do it now. Resting up for the mat wrestling.
So now Braunagel gets his choice. What does he do here?
He takes the down position.
Goes on bottom.
And remember, he's got to try to keep that right leg at the out, okay? So that right leg is likely coming in, right? So pops up to his feet. He's hand fighting right now. Makes the big turn, gets the quick.
And that's the match.
Yep.
Not exactly sure, Jim, what the officials are discussing.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Start a little bit. Hey, get up. 5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't really understand what the stoppage is here.
What are we saying?
Another look at Braunagel. Quick to his feet off the whistle, peels hands, turns in and escapes.
Not going to the monitor for anything, are they? So finish up the period. So
Amos spoke before, so
yep.
keep wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. So and, you know, with that quick escape there that Braunagel had, you know, now he's, what was that? They got the riding time corrected. I think maybe that's what they were after.
5 seconds, Ed. 5 seconds.
There it is. So they finished the period to its conclusion.
Danny Braunagel gets it done with that escape. 2-1. Good fight between these two.
Hey, wait.
Here's a situation, Jim. You see this so rarely where everybody's a little confused. So they go with another 30 seconds.
Right, yep, the second tiebreaker period, or not tiebreaker period, the second period down below, and basically what Amos does, because of the quick escape, he's taken the neutral position. The score is all messed up as far as 6-1.
desperation head throw there from Amos. Zach Braunagel joins Edmond Ruth.
Good work here by him. You know, it was all about getting out early.
At heavyweights, one of the stories of the tournament. Dayton Pitzer, the true freshman from Pitt, all he's done, Jim, is beat Colton Schultz, the #1 seed and NCAA finalist last March 4-0, and then beat 10th ranked Trent Hilger, defensive fall in the final seconds of the match, and here he is wrestling for a Midlands title.
Yeah, he barely looks like he's the weight class. There's low shot there again here by Pitzer. He's just been a phenom in this tournament.
Now wrestling Lucas Davison, who's ranked 5th in the country, and Davison has steamrolled his way to this final.
And Davison basically in a roll-through situation there. Davison's a different animal. He's got the strength and ability to go ahead and go with Pitzer, but here we are back in. That low shot coming back at him. All right, he's in a great position to be able to score. He's locked up, almost locked up a cradle. That size of Davison and strength
Does he have it locked up? Yes, he does. Davison with the cradle looking for a fall in the Midlands title. It's going to sage you in the first 40 seconds. It looks like we're watching 149-pounders
or
going
25-pounders. Near side cradle locked up. There's been no swipes so far.
So just the 2 takedown for Davison.
Square himself up, come out the back door, hold on to that.
When Davison came to Northwestern, he was at 197. Last year bumps to heavyweight, becomes an All-American. He was great.
Now suicide cradle coming back out the backside there. Good job by Pitzer holding on position because he's given up. What is it, 35 pounds probably?
That cradle's still locked up, but he hasn't gone over.
Yeah. Now he's got all the way back behind it. This is going to be tough for Pitzer to stay off. Got to post on that right hand if he can. Boy, he's really showing some flexibility too.
I mean, look at that left leg.
Not budging. Right. Dayton's been taking some yoga classes because that showed amazing flexibility there.
So riding time over a minute for Davison. Scoops up that near ankle.
Riding time, but no back points. So if he can, Pitzer can go ahead and get himself an answering escape right now. That would be pretty good work. Yeah.
Bring in the women's final. Haynes and Kimber. Haynes of North Central. 2-0. Pitzer out of Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Again, a true freshman. He was in high school at this time last year. 3-time state champion. Won as a freshman at 182. Knee injury. Ended his sophomore season. And then won a couple of crowns at 215. 130-3 record, 100 pins for Pitzer.
Yeah, high leg over. He doesn't seem to be too threatened by that leg coming in for Davison. So he's coming back. And now he's coming out the back door if he can, but he's got the leg locked around that way. He's trying to scoot and switch back into him.
One escape would be huge if he can get it.
Yeah, it's sometimes if he could have switched into that, come to the inside of the leg, but he came around the outside to kind of trapped himself in there.
So Davison 2-0 to the second period.
Yeah, so and Davis has really made Pitzer work pretty hard in that bottom position. That's good effort.
Red center, blue center.
Look at this position. When in doubt, you kind of drop your hips and bowl into a guy, and you can kind of break him down in those key scrambles.
How Pitzer didn't give up any back points that period.
Well,
beyond me.
It gets a little bit worse for him in there. If you follow through in that sequence, he was really, leg was all the way back, and as you mentioned, Shane, his knee was behind his back, behind his shoulder blades.
I said left leg, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, am I wrong? I'm like, nope, that's his left leg.
Yeah.
And really critical work there by Davison to get that quick escape, because we've seen Pitzer really good in that top position. Possible fall there on the right. And it is a pin for Sydney Kimber of McKendree University. She's your champion.
Second ball. Award winner at 197 pounds.
There you go. Congratulations, young lady.
Davison leading it 3-0. Davison last year, 26 wins. He was 6th at heavyweight as a 9 seed. 5th at the Big Ten Championships. We know how crazy loaded the Big Ten is at heavyweights.
Again, ankle pick right back into that position. Nice job by Davison, basically getting his leg back, shoelaces flat, trying to create a little bit of space. See how he's digging his toes into the mat, getting a little bit longer, pushing himself away. He'll probably come into pushing the knees back. That's it. It gives him the ability to go ahead and move, and then really great job for Pitzer just to get square again and maybe even possibly re-attack. That's going to work against a lot of guys.
Eric Lurkey, our lead official.
Good defense, Luke.
From Wausau, Wisconsin. Pete Mankiewicz, second official from St. Louis, Missouri. Davison a takedown in riding time in the first period. Quick escape in the second. That's been the story. In this men's final at 285.
Be moving. 15 seconds. Keep moving. Light feet.
Sprint here. Sprint here.
Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Wish you all a happy new year. Stay safe. Enjoy it. I'm going to be watching more wrestling on Big Ten Plus. That's what I'll be doing. And again, want to remind everybody, Jim, a week from tonight, we kick off our Big Ten Network Big Ten dual meet season. A doubleheader for you as Ohio State and Indiana collide. That is followed by Penn State and Wisconsin from Madison. Jim and I will be on that call. Ray Flores and Tim Johnson with the Buckeyes and Hoosiers. More wrestling then on Sunday. Rick Pizzo and I on Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. That'll be on Mondays.
How about that Rick Pizzo? He's turned into a wrestling fan. Yeah,
he's great.
He's phenomenal.
Professional in all capital letters. Davison showing his strength in his top position as this match progresses. Yeah, just good solid leg riding right there at the figure four, getting his both knees up off, try to make sure that you can go ahead and maybe collapse him down. But a lot of energy is making Pitzer use a lot of energy just to keep his base. Flared out right there, makes a switch. This is tough, but you know what? You sag back. See how his chest lowered right there in order to counter it, getting back. You just don't want to get your butt above your shoulders right there, because then you can get rolled through. I'm not sure Davison has given up a point at this tournament. Had a first period fall in his first match at 123. Then he's gone 3-0, 8-0, and 8-0. And of course leading here 3-0, but riding time is locked up.
And usually don't have big guys that can ride other, I know Pitzer's not necessarily considered a big heavyweight, but in order to be able to go with these big guys, you have to have an amazing grip, at that weight class. I mean, you can be a rider at the heavy, 285 weight class in that range. You're riding a bunch of 270, 250 pound men, and you've got to go ahead and have, the grip strength to be able to stay with them. I mean, Davison's strong in all areas, but that's a big deal right there. So he's going to be your Midlands champion here, and also very impressed with Dayton Pitzer and the way he's gone out and handled himself with the big wins he's had in the tournament, beating 2 All-Americans, 1 an NCAA finalist.
Lucas Davison unscored upon to the top of the podium here at Hoffman Estates. The Wildcats' third champion. He joins teammates Yahya Thomas and Trevor Chumbley as Midlands champions.